Number 2. Where are my vacation folks? Where are they? And then Andrew. There's Andrew. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Introduce yourselves. Andrew.
Hi, guys. I'm just a black box on my little screen, but I'm sure you can see my pretty face. Is it true?
Nope, you're a black box.
No,
He's really pretty, you guys.
All right. Introduce yourselves properly. Come on, Andrew.
Well,
go ahead.
Now can you see me?
Nope. No, we can't. Hey, everyone. We're Vacation. We're queer and female founded and run. We do a whole bunch of stuff across God. Make ads. We'll make zines. We'll throw parties. We'll do anything.
There's Andrew.
There he is in his pink hat.
Always a pink hat.
Anyway.
A pink hat.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get your name in there. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna put Volpe. I got it right?
Yeah.
See?
There we go.
Here we go. Okay. When I first saw this, I was like, whoa. Okay, so a little bit of a background. Kyle and I come from a little bit of a print background. And so you do something in print, you already have a 50-meter head start. At least in our mind. Now, it has to follow up with something brilliant, because you could have print that's hot garbage, or you could have something that is absolutely brilliant, like animal print. So give us the background on this entire project, because it does have a lot of different layers.
It does. A few years ago, some friends of ours in New York started a queer bar in Brooklyn called Animal. It's now sort of an epicenter of queer culture in New York City. It is the most fun you can have on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. And it is a nod to the way that queer bars used to work. It truly is a community space. And so we did the identity for the bar. And then they sort of asked us if we could, in some way, super serve our community, make something a little bit more substantial than advertising. And if we could, as a budding agency, behave as more than a marketing agency, but as a sort of publisher. And so the bar itself was named for a photograph by Stanley Stellar, which a somewhat nude man in the 80s. There he is.
Yep.
David. This is a shot from the early 80s. Right.
It's very early 80s.
Yes. This is like nearly pre-AIDS. And they posted this image on Instagram, and Instagram would not have it. And so we sort of looked at it and said, Doug, to your point, if we can't have a conversation around our community and around our points of inspiration and around our concepts of beauty on a digital platform, excuse my French, but fuck them, we'll make something in print and we'll pass it out to each other.
You can speak French here. It's fine.
Great. Actually, I hardly can. Janina, however, can speak 4 languages.
Yes.
Pointless.
Janina can.
Prefer to first every time.
Yeah. So thank you, Tessa. Stanley is extremely gifted, and so we reached out to him. He's the sort of centerpiece of this project. He had a collection of images that have never been seen before, and he gave us the right to publish them, more images of David, etc. What we were trying to do in general is to have a bit of a conversation. I mean, we are all getting a little older now,
right?
And the founders of Animal.
You old, and give me a break.
I
look at you and you're like perpetually 33 to me.
That is so sweet, Doug. Let's all hold on to that as fact. And one thing that we've kind of growing increasingly attuned to is a generational divide in the queer community. You have on one side men and women who fought for their right to do anything, to exist, fought for their right to live, who watched their friends die in waves all around them. And then you have another generation that was born, that had will and grace and syndication when they were 7 years old. And so it's a divide that has manifested itself in many different forms in our lives, and is a hurdle for the community to overcome. And so we wanted to, with our first issue of Animal Print, try to bridge generations here. Here you see a collection of posters by Linda Simpson.
Oh, let me go back.
Yeah, Linda is a drag queen whose heyday still continues, but definitely started in the late 80s, early 90s. And these are a celebration of her party posters. Animal, of course, being a canvas itself for partying and for culture to intersect. This is a nod back to some of the party posters that she had. On the next page, Queering the Food System. These are about on the other side of that same page.
Oh, my bad.
A conversation with two queer siblings, Aura and T. Wise, who are, through an organization called FIG, are creating a lot of food justice for trans, brown, queer communities in New York City through really radical programs, really bold and progressive stuff that had a all new platform during COVID because there was so much more insecurity, and are just doing really awesome work. And they're brother and sister, and they're just like, it's a really fun conversation. We were psyched to feature it.
Oh my God. Okay. And then we'll move over here.
We also, it is very much about a conversation here. So on the right, you see an image by Nicholas Wagner, a French photographer who has lived in New York for years. We asked him to do some animalistic photography. On the next page, we asked the creative director, Jess Cuevas, who works with Madonna and a lot of really interesting artists out there, to reinterpret the images in a sort of conversation across continents. On the next page, Michael Cunningham, the Pulitzer Prize winner, wrote an original piece about the community that Animal is in, Williamsburg, where Tanner, say hi. Tanner's the designer of Animal Print. He's really the star of the show. I just have a mouth. And so Michael here wrote for us a piece about the changing landscape of Williamsburg. And what's so fresh about it is he is coming out here saying, don't romanticize the past. You know, a lot of people look at Williamsburg and say, oh God, it used to be so great when.
Oh, it's like the Lower East Side. They say the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And he kind of has a nice fuck you to that.
Right. Yeah.
And so I guess we can. We're just going to flip through this thing, huh? It's not terribly long, but it is.
I'm gonna go here.
Okay, cool. Animal Print obviously came out of Animal. Animal is a bar for gathering. This is the images from the launch party. It was a riot of a time. And you can see, what's fun about this is you can see the scale of Animal Print. It is nearly 2 feet big. That is something that we did very consciously. It's like, you know, it is cumbersome for existing in the first place. It might as well be, you know,
it's large format.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's huge.
Oh my God. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love large format. So Daniel, why don't you take over, because I'm gonna go far over my skis on this.
Yeah, look, I mean, this is just phenomenal, and I think I'm probably not the only one who will see this work and feel kind of envious of it. There's only so many opportunities where you really get to bring great design thinking into publishing, where, you know, there's just an element of artistry that goes beyond design. And again, this is just one of those where you look at it and everything is coming together in just such a unique and completely distinctive way. Sort of feel like I've never seen anything quite like it. The color palettes, the typography that you're using, the beautiful art direction and photography. So it's another one of these sort of visual symphonies, but in a world where increasingly so many design challenges and briefs are, you know, to ensure that something works across all touch points, and, you know, how will we show up at the Instagram party? And I think the fact that this is just is really in the world of publishing is unique and different and just refreshing in in a world of constant kind of digital format. So I loved seeing it the first time. I got to kind of look at this, and then it's just really fun to see it again.
Tanner.
It's also joyful as well. I think
Yeah.
that's something I just wanted to add, is like, what does that all kind of lead up to, at least for me, is just a profound sense of joy and energy, and it's unapologetic as well, which I think is another thing I like about it. But yeah, it's just incredibly well done.
Tanner.
That's incredibly generous. Thank you.
No, it's he ain't lying. So from your side, on the design side of it, I mean, these are what's interesting is you look at this and there's so much going on, but to Daniel's point, there's an interconnectedness to it. How did you approach design and just part of your process? How did you get to this point, realizing, okay, this will work, this won't work, this is what I've learned, maybe don't do this, maybe do that. I'm curious about that push and pull on that.
Oh yeah, just days of pulling out my hair. That's my process, No, I knew that I wanted it to feel queer, so I knew I wanted to have fun. I love bringing gay queer joy into the world in all its various forms. So I knew I wanted it to have that element to it. And I knew that there was an interconnectedness to the stories that we were telling. And we were kind of going down a little bit of a road. So like there are, for me, when I go page to page, I'm kind of just going the next step on that journey, and there's connectedness between the different pages that at least I see, that helps like weave everything together. I also very much come from, or can come from, a place when I'm designing stuff to be, to me, I always reference this. My co-founders will laugh, but the Spice Girls are such a great example to me of something that has really distinct pieces, but creates a harmony and a uniqueness all to itself. And so there's a little bit of spice in here, I would say. And also a lot of experimentation. I knew for this first issue, I wanted to experiment with typography. I didn't want to be in one lane the whole time. I wanted it to be expressive, but still that cohesion at the same time through like the little narrative thread, I think, comes through.
If we are talking Spice Girls, I am a Mel C.
Yes.
That she's my favorite Spice Girl.
Who is it? One with the longest career, I would say.
And she just seems like so nice. Mel B just kind of has some shit going on. And, Victoria is Victoria, right? But Mel C, she goes on these like British panel shows from time to time, and she's awesome. She's just awesome.
She's very cool. Very cool. So that
it would not be a panel with Tanner Shea if they didn't come up.
That is so funny.
We have a T-shirt to send you on that one, Doug. So
okay.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
actually, yes.
I mean, Mel C, she'd be a good prime minister. All right, Daniel, Kyle, anything else to add? This is just remarkable.
This, I mean, you guys did a great job. You got me familiar with this when you first launched as an agency. This was one of the things that you told me about, and I was blown away by it. Then I'm still in awe of what you've done here, because it reminds me so much of the past, but it's so of now. And that's what's really great about it. I get all the decades in there, but they all connect. They all seem to connect, and in a visual sense, that when things don't look like they're visually cohesive, and they totally are, it just amazes me that you were able to pull this off and make it so inviting.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
So kind. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
Golly, Kyle, thank you for saying that. When we first met and we told you we were launching this thing, we said we're going to be a full service agency and we will always overserve our own communities. So the fact that we're being recognized for that is the most heartfelt, amazing feeling. Thank you.
Love it. I love it.
Well, and more conversation around that because of a great member of Lupine Creative in Los Angeles. I know, Andrew, you've connected. connected with Kate, and it's just like, let's just keep on keeping on, right? Here's the big question. Chicago, we're going to the Cubs game on Tuesday. We still have tickets. I still got like a lot of tickets left. So if you're in Chicago or you know somebody in Chicago, send them our way. So we legit have this big ass banner for you. I'm not gonna. It's like comically large. I was telling Elle about this. It's comically large. So I can either bring it or I can mail it to you. I'm fine either way. Let's just say it's like not a normal size to fit into a bag.
I want to see you get on a plane.
Sounds
With
like you should mail it.
Okay, now Kyle said I want to see you get on a plane with that. Okay, fine. I will bring it with me to Chicago.
You made me get on the subway with our last banner, so get on a plane.
Oh, no shit. You're right. Oh, that is true. Okay, that's fair. That's very, very fair. Well, I'm again echoing everybody here. Incredible work. I'm really excited to go to Chicago. I'm really excited to see you. And we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun.